This watchmaker said they could change my mind when it comes to the integrated bracelet, flat bezel, industrial look that we see all the time, and I'm taking them up on it. Let's see how I feel when I get hands-on with this Rosenbusch Quest. It is 1:53 p.m. Let's get down to business. So as we take a look at this Rosenbusch Quest, we see a 41.8 millimeter case diameter, 49.9 millimeter lug to lug, 11.8 millimeters thick, and they do have a variant that's powered by a Sellita SW200 automatic, but the one in front of us has a Seiko Instruments NH35. Of course, that's a workhorse movement that we see very heavily within the micro brand space. You're getting a date complication, a sapphire crystal, 100 meter water resistance rating with a threaded crown, and this Seiko variant hovers around $513 US. So it's true, I'm not a huge fan of the whole industrial flat bezel design with the integrated bracelet that we see on most watches nowadays, but there are a lot of things this watch does right, so let's jump into the pros and then the cons. First pro is that there's a lot of interesting design here, so although the overall design language might be kind of played out, we're going to talk about that in the cons, there's little things that I really like the small second track going on here. I know some people complain about small second hand disease. Oh no, this suffers from small second hand disease. This is actually cool because it's kind of like a sub-register, but within the center spindle. So I do like that the second track is kind of scrunched up with a smaller second hand. It's just different and fun to look at. So that's the first pro. The second pro is that this watch has a very nicely bordered date complication. I would have liked it a little bit better if it had a color matched date wheel, but you know, I'll take the wins where I can. Nicely bordered, very prim and proper, good job. So as we close in on this bezel, you can see some nice brushed grains, and that's actually the next pro, is that everything is pretty well finished. I don't see any apparent tool marks or anything, so I really think they did a good job overall with the finishing. And another subtle thing I really love is that all the screws on the bezel are properly oriented. So they're all pointing towards the center spindle, doesn't look all haphazard, it's all well done, and again, that shows some attention to detail, so that would be the next pro. The final pro is that this crown is silky smooth. All right, so we went over the pros, but the truth is the watch is not perfect. No watch is perfect, but let's get into the cons, okay? So the first con, we're gonna zoom out a bit. It's just the overall design. Okay, the truth is we are in the era of flat industrial bezels and integrated bracelets, and there's only so many ways you can pull this off. And I know some people are looking at this and they absolutely love it, and that's perfectly fine. And this isn't, you know, abhorrent. There isn't anything that stands out to me and is like, ooh, this is disgusting. It's just that I personally am just kind of bored with this industrial integrated bracelet design. The next con is that I wish all of these had Sellitas, okay? This has an NH35. It's perfectly fine, a great workhorse movement. Again though, this is just something we see a whole lot. I've been the time teller on YouTube for, what, 6 years now? And every micro brand, you know, has an NH35. And I think it's cool that they're giving that option so that people can save some money, so that there's a more cost-effective version. And again, the NH35 is a fine movement. I just wish they all had the Sellitas. And then finally, the last con, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the wrist. I have 7.5-inch wrists, and this watch wears kind of big. Okay, so I can pull it off. People with wrists larger than mine can pull it off, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have slender wrists, this is not going to be an option for you. So it's actually very comfortable. It is very comfortable on the wrist. The bracelet is very mobile and nice, and it lays very flat on the wrist, but it does, you know, wear a little bit large. So although it's a comfortable watch and it's a very sharp looking watch, if you have smaller wrists, this is probably not an option for you. But look, it plays with the light very nicely, and that second track, man, I really like it. So we spent an afternoon with the Rosenbusch Quest, and all in all, although I'd like to see watchmakers pull away from this design language like ASAP, the truth is, if you want this look and this feel, the luxury sports watch archetype without paying luxury sports watch prices, this Quest is a great option. option. It's a very solid sports watch for the money, and some people absolutely love this design and want an option to get into it at an affordable price range and or price point, I should say. And at the $500 range, this is a great option. So I'd say buy it if you're into it. And there you have it, guys. Another microbrand review. Excuse me. I was going to say Microbrand Monday, but right now I believe this is coming out on a Tuesday. I'm not sure when we're going to upload, but another microbrand review in the books. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you to Rosenbush for sponsoring this episode, and I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman. The Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.